The Fall Guy from 2024, directed by David Leitch, written by Glen A. Larson and Drew Pearce. Now, Glen A. Larson, if you're as old as I am, and you go back to the 80s, when I was a child, he was responsible for so many TV serials such as Knight Rider, The Fall Guy itself. That was an early 80s to mid-80s TV show that starred Lee Majors, who actually makes a cameo in the film, as you'd expect, like they did with Starsky and Hutch and stuff. So it's loosely based on that. It stars Ryan Gosling, everybody's favourite Ryan Gosling, everybody's favourite Emily Blunt. Aaron Taylor-Johnson's in there as well. And Gosling plays Colt Seavers, who was the character that was played by Lee Majors in the original series. And it's basically about a stuntman who sort of doubles up as a bounty hunter, or at least that's kind of what the early 80s TV show was about. And they kind of work that in with this, it's, there's more to it than just a guy who's a stuntman. Obviously you have some bad guys, nefarious stuff going on, and he basically has to get to the bottom of it, doesn't he? Whilst there's also a romantic interest with Emily Blunt's character, who is a movie director, and quite good fun, lots of laughs, good chemistry between them two. As you expect from Ryan Gosling these days, he's just entertaining to watch. He's a very funny guy. Again, nothing too serious here or to be taken too seriously, but, lots of explosions, lots of bullets flying, lots of cars crashing, doing flips, lots of funny one-liners. What did you reckon of this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it was. It's not. It's not a serious film. It's obviously a comedy. So it's an action comedy. It's very much a tribute to stunt men and women, and kind of a push around the film has been to get an Oscars category for stunt people, which I absolutely agree with.
Yeah, definitely.
They do some amazing stuff in this. I think they broke the record for barrel rolls on cars in this and stuff like that. So they're obviously going for it. So all the action pieces, tremendous. Really great fun. Shot very nicely. The cast is fantastic. They've got a great chemistry, Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling. So it just works with them. I think we saw that when they were talking at the Oscars and doing their little bit on stage. There's something about them that works. So I'd like to see more. Aaron Taylor-Johnson's always good. My favourite character, though, in this whole thing, Hannah Waddingham, is the agent. Chews every scene she's in.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Love her to pieces. I love everything she's in.
Except for Game of Thrones, you didn't like that.
Well, yeah, but I've seen some of the scenes she's in, and she's brilliant in them scenes.
Vala Morghulis.
But she's fantastic. She's queen, and it's a great fun film. I think it could have been funnier than it is. There's some funny stuff in there, and there's some great lines, but it felt like it could have been written funnier.
Okay.
It could have had more jokes. The plot's fine enough, obviously it's a comedy film. It's a solid enough, but it's nothing special. But it's for this kind of film, that's I guess what you're expecting. And the end piece again. The third act is very strong actually for this. I think the biggest criticism that's been raised at it, and this is really interesting, really, is because people have been saying it's probably a bit too long.
I would have said that, but I watched the extended cut.
Well, this is it. We watched the extended edition and thought, it's probably a bit too long. Probably shave 20 minutes, right? And you go, I think it was about 20 minutes longer than the normal version. But people have been saying the normal version was too long. So you go, maybe it stretches credulity, maybe.
Well, I think the standard cut is 2 hours 6 minutes, so it was almost 2.5 hours for the
extended.
So maybe around the 100-minute mark would have been enough for a film of this caliber.
Yeah,
who knows? I didn't get bored with it, but I did feel it. Like some films are long, and you think I didn't feel it; just went by. By this one, I was starting to feel it a bit. Feel a bit like
I think.
Come on, finish up now.
Yeah, I think there's a bit in the second act near the end where it starts to sag a bit, and you're kind of going, "Come on, just move." There's that little bit of weighing down, and that perhaps hurts it a little bit. But good fun. It is funny, and it's got some great moments and a great cast that deliver exactly what you want, and it's AC and all the stunts on screen and all the effects and stuff. It's always great fun, and they do some crazy stuff. And actually, Emily Blunt's character, when he first gets back there, and she's kind of trying to punish him in a way, and she's it's almost sadistic.
Yeah, making him do these stunts that are absolutely frazzling his body and breaking his bones, and
it's like, oof.
Yeah, but that works, doesn't it? That's what sort of fuels that chemistry between the characters. And the script wasn't absolutely amazing; it was good enough, but they really sell it, and you really believe them. So for that reason alone, it's good fun. I thought, just like you said, to watch those two sort of, going at each other in more ways than one is great fun. It was all right. It was good popcorn, wasn't it?
That's it. It's popcorn. It's popcorn cinema, but good quality popcorn cinema. So it's one worth checking out if you want a popcorn film on a.
Yeah, and if you're an old bastard like me and you remember the Glen A. Larson stuff from the late 70s and 80s, then it's worth watching, without spoiling your childhood fantasies of Colt Seavers and the rest of it. They had the Fall Guy truck in there. That was the main. That was the famous thing. Like Knight Rider had the car. The Fall Guy had this amazing brown truck, and they put that in there. They sort of, there was enough little nods and Easter eggs for the old boys to appreciate it. But good fun. What's not to love? It's a good laugh. It's not a waste of your time, but maybe just watch the standard cut. Don't torture yourself with that extra 20 minutes. There's no need for it.
Yeah, I couldn't actually quite understand why they've even done an extended cut and released it on the same day on the streaming services. It was like a bit of an odd choice, but I hope that pattern isn't kept for many films. I think it's probably a bad decision.
Well, for films of this caliber, I think so. Yeah, I think they could be doing, like you said, about 100 minutes is enough for something like this. But still, a thumbs up. I did enjoy it. It was a good laugh. Thanks very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. The best way to support our channel is by giving us a like and subscribing. Other ways to support us include buymeacoffee.com or become a patron over on patreon.com. This video is also sponsored by funkytshirts.co.uk, so check out their website for a whole range of cool and funky t-shirt designs. All the links are in the description.